Hey everyone, welcome back to the vlog, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Nia, and today we are going to just have a little cozy catch up. It has been a while since I have filmed in real time, since I put out those Disney treasure videos and went on vacation. So I figured I'd take today to catch you up on what's been going on and what's to come. I feel like I should have a cup of coffee in my hand for this chat, but I actually just finished it. I tried a latte this morning with Lactaid. I had been using the Oatly barista milk, which I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I love the taste of it. I love how it blends with my Chiaro Nespresso pod, but I'm starting to suspect it's why I've been feeling bloated every single day since I drink coffee every day. And I also suspect it's contributing to some acne that has appeared, and I have never had adult acne until this last year. I'm actually going to the dermatologist this Friday so that I can hopefully get something to help clear it up. But I am going to stop using the Oatly and just using Lactaid to see if that helps at all. Anyway, what's been going on with me since I have been back from the cruise? The week after I got back from the cruise, my dog Mars, just for reference, he deals with IBD, so he's always having tummy issues. Like, it's never a shock when he does. So the Thursday after we got back, he was vomiting and like super nauseous. He was like hyper salivating. It was just awful. Like, I could tell he did not feel good whatsoever. And I ended up taking him to the emergency vet. I think it was like Thursday night, Friday morning. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, I remember. So he got meds there. We went back home, but the nausea medications were not working. Like, I could tell he still felt nauseous and he was still hypersalivating. So then, as soon as his vet opened on that Friday morning, I called immediately and I'm like, can we please get him in? Like, I took him to the emergency vet, the medicines aren't working, like, we have to figure out what's happening with him. So I took him in, they checked him out. He ended up getting put on a steroid because I think like his last IBD flare-up was just still kind of lingering. If you have a dog and they've been on metronidazole before, like, you know, normally that knocks things out, but it wasn't helping this time around. So he got put on the steroid and it did really help. He's doing a lot better. But in those first few days of him being on the steroid and then, you know, the night that he was sick, like, it just had been probably like 4 or 5 nights in a row of having to wake up multiple times per night to take him outside because the steroid makes him have to go to the bathroom. So it was rough. I am not pleasant when I do not get enough sleep, but being a single dog mom, I had to do what I had to do and we got through it. So that was the first week of being back from the cruise. So I got Mars together, got him on the mend, everything was fine. I was getting back on a regular sleep schedule. And then it was a Wednesday. I was driving home from picking up Mars from daycare and I got a little notification in my car that my tire pressure was low. Now, my car will do that every so often, even though nothing is really wrong with the pressure. And I can like reset the setting or whatever and like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. It'll come on sometimes and it doesn't really mean it. We get home, we go inside, go about our day. And when I go back outside a little bit later to walk Mars for his evening walk, I notice that my tire is flat. I have never in my however many years of driving had a flat tire, and like, I'm someone who just doesn't really deal with my car anyway. Like, I will literally wait for my stepdad to come into town and do things for my car because I don't know, I don't like to deal. I will take it to get an oil change, but like, that's really about it. So I'm kind of like freaking out because, again, it's never happened to me. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I didn't have AAA either. Like, my mom usually always buys it and like covers everyone in the family, but for whatever reason, like, I didn't have AAA. So I ended up enrolling for AAA, but it was taking them forever to get here, like forever. Finally, they came, they put on my spare tire, and mind you, my car is a 2014 Honda, so my spare tire was old. But he put the spare tire on, like, it was fine. It had air in it and everything. I was just like, you know, I'll just drive it over to Firestone in the morning. I'll get the tire changed, whatever. Go inside, go to bed, wake up the next morning to take Mars to daycare so that I can go to Firestone. my spare tire is flat. So that was a pleasant surprise. So I ended up having it towed to Firestone. They were able to fix my tire because there was a nail in it. So that was nice, didn't have to pay for a whole new tire, and that was the end of that saga. So those were two back-to-back blows. I could not catch a break. Everything was just frustrating, and I needed to just take time to completely decompress. And that's why it took me so long to get out my second Disney Treasure video, because I just could not function. I needed to just get everything taken care of and then like mentally reset. The last 2 weeks have been pretty peaceful though, so knock on wood it stays that way. And I've been up to some kind of exciting things. So as you can see behind me, I no longer have furniture in my office slash guest room. I was able to sell the pull-out couch, the 2 nightstands, and then I had a like bookshelf thing that like the TV was on. I was able to sell all of that pretty quickly on Facebook Market, and I am getting actual bedroom furniture for in here. I really want to make my office cozy and just, you know, decorate it well, especially because I'm in here all the time working anyway, and all my furniture was mismatched. Like everything has just kind of been thrown in here. So I do have furniture coming this week from Wayfair, and I cannot wait to put it together. I can't wait to start getting this room all together. I do think I'm going to have to adjust these princess frames, which I feel like I just put those up, so I'm a little annoyed about that, but it's okay, I'll adjust it. But I do want to keep a Disney theme in here because I have so much stuff. And if you saw my Disney cruise haul, you know I got a Disney Treasure throw blanket that I plan to put at the end of the bed. So just gonna keep it Disney in here. I've also started Game of Thrones because I was peer pressured, and that has been really fun to watch. I did not think I was going to be able to get into it. I actually tried watching the first episode like 3 different times, and each time I was like, yeah, no, this is not for me. It's just so gory, and I do not like watching animal harm, even if it's fake. Like I'm too sensitive for that. But I stuck it out, and I am officially on season 2. Season 1 ended with so many loose ends that like I have to keep watching. I also want to see a downfall of Joffrey, hopefully. Like he was irritating my soul. But anyway, it's exciting to have something new to watch and something to look forward to watching every day. When Love Island ended, I didn't know what to do with myself daily because I didn't have anything to watch. So this has been a good replacement, and it will tide me over until Traders starts next month. I am also so looking forward to decorating for fall, transitioning into fall, doing all things fall. I am so sick of summer. I am pretty sure I have reverse seasonal depression because I can't stand the summer. Like everything about it is so annoying. It's so hot. I'm so irritable. And like, unless I'm on vacation, I don't enjoy being hot. And I feel like it's been hot in Georgia since March. So I'm over it. I'm ready to move on. I feel like every fall I kind of enter this transitional phase where it's like, I want to deep clean everything. I want to organize everything. I want to declutter. I just want to make my space as cozy as possible for the colder months. And that's where I'm at now. So I think after the furniture gets delivered for this room, like I'm probably going to start my deep clean, and I'm just going to go room by room, and I'm going to take my time, even though I'm someone who likes to have everything done in a day, but there's too much to do. I'm not going to be able to do everything in a day, but I will vlog that process. So that brings me to the next thing that I'm really excited for, which is a 30-day challenge that I'm doing called Fall Foundations. I really just want to lean into a cozy fall that is focusing on 2 things, which is leaning into hobbies and focusing on goals that I want to hit. So I decided to take the 30 days leading up to the first day of fall to focus on 7 specific habits that I think will lay the foundation for me to keep going with those habits and then building further upon them. So I'm going to be starting this challenge Sunday, August 23rd, and it'll take me up to the first day of fall, which is Tuesday, September 22nd. I'm sure you've probably heard of things like 75 hard, 75 soft, Project 50, different challenges like that, but I feel like I'm a person who really needs to start small and then build upon that. 75 days is honestly a long time, and I've tried to do it multiple times before, but I always end up falling off. So I've decided to make this more bite-sized and a lot more attainable for myself. So here are the 7 habits or rules, whatever you want to call them, that I'm going to be following for these 30 days. So the first one is completing a Grow with Jo workout 5 days a week. I plan on just doing this on weekdays and then letting my body rest on the weekend. I have previously had success with Grow with Jo. I did a 6-week challenge with her at the beginning of 2025. And by some miracle, I stuck to it and I definitely saw changes in my body. So I really want to get back into the habit of working out and staying consistent. My second habit is to get 5,000 steps in daily. And while that may not sound like a lot, I usually average about 3,000 steps a day just because I work from home and I'm at a desk all day. With work ramping up and getting pretty busy, like I'm just not sure how active I'm going to be able to be. So I'm setting a goal for 5,000 to get 2,000 extra steps in a day. And again, I'm going to build from there. I'm just starting small. My next habit, which should not be hard, but can sometimes be difficult, is getting in 1 hour of reading per day. I usually only read like right before I'm going to sleep. And so that really cuts my reading time short because depending on the day that I've had, I will usually fall asleep within like 10 to 15 minutes of starting to read. And so it's taking me a really long time to get through books, and I just don't love that for myself. So I really want to take advantage of downtime opportunities throughout the day to pick up a book and get some reading in. I feel like if I can read 60 minutes per day, I will finish a book within a week, and that is just a personal goal that I want to reach. All right, my next habit, which is kind of related to my reading goal, is reducing my screen time. So I've actually kind of already started this, but it is certainly an adjustment and something I am still going to need to work on. I was gifted a Bloom card, which is very similar to a brick, if you're familiar with that. I've just been using it to block TikTok so far because that is where I get in the most trouble. A couple of weeks ago, my screen time for one day was 7.5 hours, and 3.5 of those were on TikTok. It's kind of scary not realizing how much time you are actually wasting on your phone by doom scrolling. So I really do want to focus on reducing my screen time so that I can do other more valuable things. My 5th habit that I'm going to be tracking is taking all of my supplements daily. I'm just not great at it for whatever reason. I think I might just need to put my pill organizer like in my office or wherever I'm going to be so that it is a reminder to take them, because if they are not in my line of sight, like I kind of forget they're there. But when I am consistent, I have noticed how much better I feel when I do take them. So I really need to get into the habit, and that is what I'm going to try to do. My last health-related habit that I'm going to track is not eating gluten. I don't have celiac disease, but I do have a gluten intolerance, and it has gotten really bad over the last year. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned that I was on a 60-day protocol, and I was really feeling better after that. But then I went on the cruise and I just kept allowing myself to have gluten here and there, and it all built up. And I'm honestly just now starting to feel better since being home because I've been being more mindful about my gluten consumption. There are moments of weakness where I'm like, oh my gosh, shrimp tacos sound really, really good, and I'll order it for dinner. But I want to go a solid 30 days without gluten so that I can really start feeling a difference again. The last habit that I will be implementing for fall foundations is to get mindfully dressed for work. Now, I work from home, so I don't have to get dressed for work and go into the office or anything like that, but that also makes it really easy for me to just like throw on clothes and work. I love being comfy and I don't love wearing makeup, so I look a hot mess 99% of the time. But I have noticed on days that I do put in a little bit more effort to my appearance, I feel better about myself. So I want to start making that a thing. I'm still kind of deciding on what exactly I want that to look like for me. I have, I think, 3 or 4 days to get that together, but I do want to get more matching sets that are comfortable and then doing the bare minimum for makeup. So like eyebrows, mascara, and lip gloss, just so that I feel a little bit more elevated. So that is what I have lined up for this fall foundations challenge. I'm really looking forward to jumping into it and setting a good foundation of habits that I think will help me reach my goals over the fall and winter. Thank you so much for joining me for this cozy catch up. I'm excited to be back in real time, and I'm looking forward to vlogging this whole fall transition, the fall foundations challenge, and moving into a new season. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all the things so that you do not miss out on my upcoming videos. Thanks again for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.